gotta walk, didn't grab my drink.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. It's Friday morning, and that means it's time for the first federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yeah, a little bit of a chilly morning, Tanner, but it's beautiful overall.
It is. Good morning, Paul.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's weird to be over here just by myself. Nobody to my right, but later on in the program,
Yeah, there'll be somebody over
you're
there.
going to be making the transition across the board.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
You're
I
gonna-
don't stand on that side too often,
No, it's gonna
but
be,
I'm glad to be able to this week.
that's going to be a good time. We're happy to have you on. Got some exciting news to share with everybody. We won't spoil anything yet. You have to wait till the end of the show to hear that. But it's going to be a good program today. Like you said, a little chilly outside, but it looks like it's going to be a nice morning. And it looks like the temperatures this weekend are going to be upper 40s to low 50s.
Yeah, rain, possible
Rain.
thunderstorm.
Yeah. It's
Can't beat it, but you know,
it's Indiana. You never know what you're going to get.
it's not the other stuff. So
It's not the white stuff from the sky yet.
yeah.
so-
So I'll definitely take a shower and thunderstorm.
Exactly, me too. So, and I still gotta clean up my leaves in my yard. I gotta finish that.
I got to
so.
do that again this weekend.
I
if it
think
dries
finally
out.
they've all fell from my trees. I think, I don't know. But,
Mine have not.
but see, I made a mistake the first time. Raked them all. The tree wasn't even halfway down yet, but my yard was already covered, and now it's really covered. So,
Yeah,
but Governor Holcomb had some news this week.
he did.
Stated that beginning on Sunday, he's going to sign an order that's going to regress Indiana from stage 5 because of the all-time high numbers of patients hospitalized due to COVID-19. It's going to be more county-based now.
Yeah.
So counties are based in colors of red, orange, and yellow, and that refers to a number you can have for social gatherings.
Yep.
I think a good majority of the counties in the state are orange. There are a few red and a few yellow.
Which we are one of the.
We
few
are one of the yellow, yeah. So that's good news. But yeah, I mean numbers don't lie; they keep going up. So I'm not surprised he
Yeah.
did what he did there. So
Yeah. And of course, the health departments do have that ability to put tighter restrictions on everything.
absolutely,
And Fulton County did do that this week. They went to 10 per gathering, just
Okay.
to kind of be on the safe side and help keep us in yellow and prevent us from getting into that orange.
sure. Well, I got 2 trivia questions for you this morning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 2 of them.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Okay, so I got a 50-50 shot overall.
I think you got a pretty good chance to get them both right. But
Okay.
first one is, in what year did WROI begin broadcasting? Is it 1971, 1983, or 1992?
Can I answer that one now?
No, wait till the end.
Okay.
So like I said, I think you're going to get both these right. But second one, I know one of your big interests outside of the radio station is pro wrestling,
Yes.
as is mine. So I want to test your knowledge a little bit here.
Oh, Lord.
Who holds the longest pro wrestling championship reign in U.S. history?
Oh.
Is it Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino, or Bob Backlund? And I'll let you get all show to think about that one as well.
I think I know the answer to that one as well. But
Figured you probably did, but hey.
I definitely know the first one.
Okay, all right. You're at least getting half right. Today.
Yes.
So, well, we got some sports to talk about this morning, and still some local sports wrapping up and some starting. So it's kind of exciting time of the year where you still got a little football going on, but basketball starting up. And the football going on is the Winamac Warriors are going to play Lafayette Central Catholic tonight for the regional title. Winamac beat North Judson last week to win the sectional. Winamac's got a 6-2 record. Lafayette Central Catholic's got a 4-3 record. So good luck to the Warriors tonight. Lafayette Central Catholic's historically a really, really strong program. So exciting challenge ahead for the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Best of luck to them.
Yeah, they've had a good season. Like I said, 6-2's a great record to be proud of. So hopefully they keep it up tonight.
Let's hope.
We got some ladies basketball news.
Yes.
We had some results earlier this week. Caston defeated Rochester. And Caston hosts North White tonight, and they host Winamac tomorrow,
Mhm.
while Rochester's going to travel to Northwood tomorrow.
Yes.
And I just realized I forgot to write down who Tippecanoe Valley plays. So
Oh, Northwestern, if I remember
Northwestern,
correctly.
who's one of the better teams in the state, or at least have it in the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck to all those ladies in action over the weekend. It's hard to believe that winter sports are already here and starting.
I know, especially when, we just had 70-degree weather earlier this week.
It's
Crazy.
It's just one of those things. But a lot of college football happening this weekend. Of course, Notre Dame coming off their huge victory over #1 Clemson last week. They moved up to #2 in the rankings this week. They're 7-0, and they're going on the road to Boston College, who has a 5-3 record. That game will be 3:30 on ABC tomorrow. Notre Dame's a 13.5-point favorite, so should be a good one. Indiana Hoosiers had a big win over Michigan over the weekend. First time they beat them since 1987. So they are now ranked 10th. That's a statement I never thought I'd say in my lifetime. Indiana football ranked in the top 10, but here we are. They're 3-0, and they travel to Michigan State, who has a record of 1-2. That game will be on ABC as well, but that game's going to be played at noon tomorrow. Indiana's a 7-point favorite. And my Purdue Boilermakers are back in action this week after not being able to play last week due to Wisconsin having an outbreak with their COVID numbers. They're hosting number 23 Northwestern, who's 3-0. Purdue is 2-0. Northwestern's a 2.5-point favorite. That game is at 5 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. That game got switched. It was originally supposed to be at 7:30, but Ohio State Maryland got canceled due to Maryland having a lot of COVID cases. So the Big Ten Network's, we don't want that empty time slot. We're sliding your game up from 7:30 to 5. So 5 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Understandable.
Yeah.
But it's an exciting weekend for all the local college teams. Should be a good weekend of college football. Speaking of local football teams, but switching to the NFL, the Colts, big win last night over the Titans.
Yes.
Went on the road. They were 1-point favorites, which kind of surprised me on the road. I thought they might be the underdogs. They got the win, improving their record to 6-3. The Titans fell to 6-3, so now the Colts have the lead in the AFC South right now. So this Colts team's hard to figure out. Kind of week to week.
It is.
You never know what you're going to get on them.
Yeah.
But they played well last night. Hats off to them. So they're looking good. And I don't remember who they play next week. I didn't write that down.
Packers.
Packers. They also have a good record and are playing well. So should be a good matchup next week. And the Chicago Bears. Bears fans have to wait until Monday night to see their Bears play. Bears are struggling right now. They got a record of 5-4, but they've had a couple losses stacked up in a row. Just can't seem to get the ball in the end zone for some reason.
Yeah.
They host division rival the Minnesota Vikings, who are 3-5, and the Vikings are starting to get some momentum going. They've been playing better lately. The Vikings are 3-point favorites in that game, and like I said, that's on Monday night. And golf fans and sports fans in general got a treat yesterday. A rare November treat is the Masters.
Yes.
The most famous golf tournament started yesterday. It's usually played in April. Just a little delay this year.
Just a little one.
Just very odd to watch on TV without any patrons and without the grandstands. Just the course looks totally different. But
Probably
it's still
a lot quieter than normal.
a lot quieter than normal. The Masters are known for the roar of the crowd, especially come Sunday when it gets late in the tournament and crunch time. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, Tiger Woods off to a good start yesterday, so I know that has a lot of golf fans excited. And a lot of players actually didn't get to finish. The guys who teed off later in the afternoon got dark early, so they got to finish their round this morning, then get ready and tee off for their second round. So it's going to be a long day of golf today, but that's how they got to do it. They got to start early because it gets dark down in Augusta around 5 or a little after 5. So got to make sure they get it in. And it'll be interesting come Sunday. CBS carries the weekend coverage of the Masters. Well, they also carry NFL football. Well, CBS isn't going to do any of the early games. All their games are 4 o'clock or 4:30 this week. So they're playing the Masters to get done by then. I did read this morning if the Masters for some reason goes a little long and we go into those games, they might have to switch the Masters coverage to ABC.
Oof.
Could you imagine that, especially if somebody like Tiger's in the hunt and then they have to switch coverage? I don't think CBS will be very happy. But
No.
So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully they don't run into any weather delays or anything like they did yesterday morning and can get that all in. But exciting weekend if you're a golf fan or just a sports fan who enjoys watching big sporting events. Got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1940, Fantasia, the animated film by Walt Disney, was released. Ever watch that?
Yes.
I did too. I don't know which version. I feel like it's got remade a couple times, and I wasn't a big fan.
No.
To say the least.
I think I watched it once and that's it.
On this day in 1942, the minimum draft age was lowered from 21 to 18.
Beneficial.
Yeah, I was surprised to learn it. I didn't know what year that was.
I did not. I was not aware of that.
On this day in 1999, Toy Story 2 premiered in the U.S.
I've seen that.
How many have they made? I know they made 3. Did they make 4?
They made a fourth one. They just released the fourth one.
Yeah, I've seen the first 3.
Earlier this year, late last year.
Did not see the 4th one. And also on this day in 2002, Eminem released "Lose Yourself" from the 8 Mile soundtrack. It was the first rap song to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song. Still popular to this day.
Yeah, still very
It's still
popular
got that.
song. Still know the
that
majority
beginning
of the
beat
words.
is hard to beat. It
Yeah.
just kind of gets you fired up, get the juices flowing a little bit.
Yep.
Great soundtrack too.
Oh yeah.
And today is World Kindness Day, which is fitting.
Yes, it is.
It's also Indian Pudding Day. I can't say I've ever had Indian pudding.
Nor can I.
And it's Symphonic Metal Day.
Okay.
I don't know. It's also Friday the 13th today.
The second one of 2020.
Is it the second one?
9 months ago today is when they canceled the remainder of the boys' postseason.
9 months ago today feels like 5 years ago.
Doesn't it though? Yeah, everything went south 9 months ago on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer of something to share. So, I got some upcoming events going on around the local community. The Akron Public Library is holding a holiday movie trivia tonight at 6:30. Spots do need to be reserved for that. So if you want a spot, please call 574-893-4113. So if you like holiday movies and you like trivia, if you're a little trivia buff, it sounds like a fun event tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to have social distance procedures, and I think groups are limited to 4 or 5 per table. So that seems like a fun event.
Oh yeah. Maybe I should go out there.
Yeah.
No.
I would
not-
be very good at holiday movie trivia.
Yeah, my wife would be able to nail it down perfectly.
Sure.
Me, I'm gonna sit there and go,
Yeah. I'd be right
So there you go. Start asking me holiday movie trivia.
You just gave away a hint for the rest of the calendar year, so now you're in trouble. The Tiffany Valley Miracle Tree is starting on November 16th. It's going to run through December 18th. And there's going to be 2 different locations for that. That's at the Bell Memorial Public Library on Monday through Thursdays from 9 to 7 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. And then the Akron Carnegie Public Library Monday through Friday 9 to 6 and Saturday 9 to 1. So, and I didn't find the information for Rochester's yet, but I'm sure once that's out, we'll have that here on the air as well. So, always a good thing they do with Miracle Tree.
Oh, absolutely.
Great event to be a part of if you never participated in that. And the annual Trot with a Cop 5K run/walk is happening on Saturday, November 21st at 9:30 at the St. Joseph Catholic Church. Registration is $20 up until the Friday before, and then $25 on the day of the race itself. Registration forms can be picked up at the Fulton County Sheriff's Department, and all proceeds go toward another great cause, Shop with a Cop.
Absolutely.
So, I want to give some flowers out, with it being Veterans Day this past Wednesday on the 11th. I want to give some flowers out to everybody who has served for our country and is also currently serving. We thank you all for officially making the ultimate sacrifice and defending our country so we can have the freedoms in this great country that we have today.
All gave some, but some gave all.
Yes, absolutely. Well said. So, thank you to all of those. Got some money news this morning. The Dow yesterday closed down 317. It was at 29,080. We'll see what it does today.
Yeah.
The futures did raise slightly this morning.
Okay. That's
So,
good.
Off to a good start this morning. As Mr. Belcher would say, it's either going to go up or down.
Yeah.
So we'll follow that closely today. It's been interesting around election time, and then the news of a possible upcoming vaccine.
Yes.
Stocks have kind of just
Bouncing around.
all week. So
It's like somebody threw a giant bouncy ball and is just standing there watching.
pretty much, that's a good way to put it. Popular restaurant chain Chipotle You ever ate Chipotle?
I've not had
You not?
Chipotle.
Well, I recommend you giving it a try if you like Mexican food and
Not bad.
around one. But they announced this week they're opening up their first digital-only restaurant tomorrow.
Ooh.
So there's going to be no dining room or line for ordering. Customers have to order in advance on the Chipotle app, on their website, or via a third-party delivery platform.
Wow.
And the company said they're doing this because they're on track to double their digital orders this year. Already, they're
Wow.
yeah. So they said,
Wow.
okay, this is where our orders are coming from majority. We have a need for this. So and I'm assuming these are going to be in their bigger market areas.
Oh,
they're
I'm
big,
sure.
they're big cities at least to begin with, and then
Yeah.
and then we'll see how they go and
Yep.
roll out. But we're of course in these interesting times, these unprecedented times, and it's interesting to see businesses kind of be the first to try something kind of like
Yes.
that, kind of take the first step.
Yeah. Before, when somebody would try something new company-wise, you'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." Now
Yeah.
it's like, really?
Yeah, all companies, and especially restaurants in that industry, kind of have to think ahead
Yes.
and think of different ways. What can we do differently? And
Yep.
even if it's scary to try something else. And today, First Federal Savings Bank, our lobby is closed today.
Okay.
Temporarily closed until further notice. But our drive-up and ATM will be open all day. Our ATM is always open 24/7, but our drive-up is going to be open today from 8:30 to 5, and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon.
Okay.
So if you need to make any transactions, please come through the drive-through. If you need to open up, or if you're interested in opening up a new checking account, please call us ahead at the bank and just give us a little time to get things ready.
Sure.
But we can certainly get you taken care of for that. And right now, when you open up a new checking account, you get a Pyrex Littles dish set. I should have brought one to show the camera that I meant to and I forgot. But
Yeah, you keep saying that every week.
I know. You need to text
I'll text
me
you
to remind me.
Thursday.
I need a reminder, but it's a nice little set of glass containers,
Okay.
Dishes, and they go in the microwave. The microwave will save. So
Yeah.
yeah. And we also offer Simple Free Business checking accounts. And of course, you can tell a friend. So if you already have a checking account with us, but you hear of a friend that wants to switch institutions or not happy with the current bank they're with, send them to First Federal. If they open up an account, not only will they get a gift, but you will get a gift just for referring them.
Yeah, that's kind of how it worked when I opened mine.
So, like I said, you can also bank with us. Our ATM's open 24/7, and we also go online and our mobile app, which is free to download, whether you got an Apple device or Android device. Look for the First Federal Savings Bank. Look for the white star with the green background.
Very
Download
simple
it,
to find.
and you can do pretty much anything you want from that app. You can deposit checks right there. You can check all your balances. You can make person-to-person payments via Zelle. So
Yeah.
pretty great.
Very nice app.
And of course, we're part of the MoneyPass network.
Yes.
MoneyPass is a network of about 32,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So you can go to moneypass.com to find out what ATMs are surcharge-free. So I know there are a couple here locally around the area that you can use.
Yeah.
So if for whatever reason our ATM happens to be closed, or you're not close to our ATM and you're closer to another location, you get on moneypass.com, see if that's one of the surcharge ATMs, and if it is, you can use that one and you won't get charged a fee.
There you go.
We got Link Live going right now on our website, and you might wonder, what is Link Live? Well, it's an online chat on our website that gives customers a chance, if they don't want to come into the bank and talk to anybody, don't want to talk on the phone. I do know
Right.
some people who just don't like talking on the phone and feel more comfortable maybe just chatting online with somebody. We have that feature. You can get right online with us on the website, and you will be chatting with an actual employee of our bank in real time. So it's a new
It's a nice
feature.
feature.
Yeah, we rolled it out about a little over a month ago. It's been going really well. So it's another exciting thing we've added to the docket.
Absolutely.
And we also, I know we've been mentioning this the last few weeks, we're now offering insurance services.
Yeah.
First Federal Insurance Services, LLC. So you can get a free quote today by calling 833-331-0020, or you can go to firstfederalbanking.insuranceaisle.com.
Okay.
And insurance is one of those things where we all need it.
Yeah.
And so if you're unhappy with your current provider, or you're just curious if maybe we can give you a quote that's
A little bit
a
cheaper.
little cheaper and more affordable for you, doesn't hurt to get a free quote. So
No, there's not.
give us a call, like I said, that number, or you can go online on the website. Or you can always call us at the bank, and we can
Oh, of course.
get you the right spot and get you some more information on that. We offer many different mortgage products, such as conventional loans, one-step construction loans, premier first-time home buyer loans, and more. You can contact Ben Dalton and Stacy Wilson here in Rochester, and they can provide you more details on those. And we're also, we got our purchase special program still going through the month of November. All purchase fixed rate sellable loans disclosed in November will get a lender credit of $500 towards closing costs, plus a discounted interest rate from our published rate sheet. So take advantage of that. We're almost at the halfway point of November, so so if you're thinking about it, take advantage of that deal. And like I said, Ben and Stacy can give you more information on that as well. Yeah, we also offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lending Breeden for more information on that. And we also offer financial services. You can contact Mark Blueball or Brian Bell today for more information. And you can like us on social media. You can like us on our Facebook page. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FF Banking. We're also on LinkedIn, so you can give us a like there. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you want to keep up with the latest news and updates from First Federal Savings Bank, please follow us on all those platforms, and you'll be up to date. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. And our NMLS number is 399927. We are now legal. We're ready to roll.
Let's do this.
Paul has made the transition
I have.
from one side of the board to the other. He's in the guest seat.
Over here.
So our special guest is WROI 92.1 Giant FM's own operations manager and morning host, Paul Moose Zartman.
You got all that right. I'm impressed.
Did a little research.
Yeah, you
Did a little
did.
research.
I'm impressed.
But I know you got some exciting news you want to talk about regarding to the station, but before we get into that, I thought we'd let our listeners know, and our viewers on Facebook, to get to know the man behind the mic a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
Well, first off, I mentioned in the introduction, I mentioned Moose, and of course you got Moose in the morning.
Yes.
How did you get the nickname Moose?
That actually came from my dad.
Okay.
It's been something he's called me since I was very, very little. Apparently, I have very broad shoulders, so he decided that I was a moose.
Okay. I like it.
And when I started here, just went as Paul, and then when we decided to put me back on in the afternoons after I did a little coverage in the morning for a while, they decided to change it up a little bit, and that's when I went with Moose.
And you stuck?
It stuck.
All right. Fitting.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Lord, I knew you were going to ask that question. Married, father of 3. Currently going to college.
Okay.
Online, Southern New Hampshire University. They had some pretty good deals. I wanted to get a degree in communication. A lot of times you're told when you work in the business you don't need the degree, but I wanted the degree for myself.
Yeah.
So I figured it was fitting to go ahead and do that.
Sure. And originally grew up around the area?
Spent the first 12 years of my life between Huntington and North Manchester.
See, I did not know that.
Moved over here when I was 14. I graduated from Valley. I know people hold that against me.
I wouldn't say anything, so.
Other than that, yeah, I did try to move back to North Manchester for a little bit. Just didn't work out. Rochester's home.
All right. And like I mentioned earlier in one of the trivia questions, one of your interests and passions is pro wrestling, especially all elite wrestling.
Yep.
What are some of your other interests?
Video games.
Video games?
Hanging out with my kiddos.
Yeah.
Spending time with the family overall.
All good ones.
Yeah. Apart from watching wrestling on TV, I don't mind NCIS criminal shows. Love British television.
Okay.
Doctor Who.
Okay.
Definitely should check that out.
I have not. I've never checked out that show. Are you a fan of the British version of The Office?
I have not seen the American or British version of The Office, so I have failed there.
One of these days.
Yeah.
I gotta say I've never really tapped into the original British version, but I am a big fan of the American version. I got all the seasons on DVD, or Blu-ray, I should say. So
Maybe I'll just borrow your set sometime.
yeah, you're free to anytime you want. You got to get hooked on it though. But why radio? What made you interested in wanting to get into the radio business?
I've always loved radio. I can think back to being a kid, a little bit before your time. We still had tapes.
Okay, yeah.
So I would record the tapes and make my own mixtape, and I'd pretend, or even with my CDs, I'd pause it in between tracks, pretend I was talking in between them like a DJ, and kind of just went from there.
That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So when you got an opportunity to work at the station, definitely jumped on it.
Yeah, at the time, started out just board hopping for the girls' games, basically making sure we got to and from commercial breaks properly. And when John Adams was here previously and stepped out, Tom Bear asked me if I'd be interested in filling in, and it turned into full-time, and then it turned into being here when the company sold.
One step at a time, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
So we're speaking this morning with Paul Moose Zartman, Operations Manager and Morning Host for WROI 92.1 Giant FM. I'm excited to hear the news. What's the station been up to? I know you got some exciting things you've been working on, so...
Yeah, the station has been undergoing a lot of changes. We've been making tweaks. I'm sure over the past week and a half, people have kind of noticed the difference on air as we'll randomly be playing stuff and then stop and then start back up. Because we were testing everything and making sure everything sounded good and we weren't having complications with anything else. Tyson announced it yesterday morning a little bit, but for those who weren't listening to the Trading Post at the time, we have gone HD. And what HD is, it's a little bit different from HD on your television.
Okay.
It's hyper digital, gives you a crisper, cleaner sound. You can get it a little bit further from what I understand.
That's what I was going to ask. Is the radius a little...
Yeah, the HD still, I'm still learning a lot of it, but from what I've read, it does extend just a little bit further. If you have HD radio in your car, a lot of the newer ones automatically come with it. You'll see a little orange symbol in the bottom right-hand corner that says HD. And what that'll do is you'll go from what's called the analog signal, which is what we were, and it'll bring you over to the HD signal so you get that crisper, clearer sound when you are in range of that. Your radio just automatically knows to switch over to it. And with the addition of HD, we've talked about it for the app, but now it's officially on air, the country station.
Yeah.
So we have the HD, which is what you will listen to on 92.1, what you've grown to know, grown to love. And then if you've got that HD radio, you'll just tune again and you'll pick up the HD2, which is the country station. Everything is exactly the same, apart from the music. Same news, same everything, just different music.
And there's a lot of country fans around this area.
Yes.
So I'm sure they're going to be very excited about that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't have an HD radio, you can get them at Best Buy. You can get them, I think, at Walmart. I'm not too sure. I personally got mine off of Amazon. It's a little white one. It even tells you who the song and artist is by. It's great. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, we're excited to be in HD now. Not anybody else really in the area has it, so we're kind of leading that there.
Trendsetter.
Yes, that's we want to remain local, but be that trendsetter, big station feel.
Absolutely. Well, that's one thing I've noticed within the last year. I mean, you're still that community asset. You're still the leader in news, weather updates, school cancellations, delays, sports, whatever it may be. But you also have been making the improvements where you see needed.
Yeah.
To make it feel like it's like a big station.
Yep.
Within a small station, if that makes sense.
Yes. Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. We're still that local feel, but we sound like we should be a Chicago or LA.
The big market.
Sound. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. We got the app too.
And tell me a little bit about the app. I know we've talked briefly about it.
Briefly, yeah.
But
the app, you go to your Google Play, Apple App Store, search Giant FM Radio. It's a white background, so it's Giant FM on it. Same logo that you see on our Facebook. download it, subscribe. It helps support the radio station, helps us bring you more stuff on a regular basis. And then, the nice thing about that, everything is on demand.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be able to go back and listen to the First Federal program. Any interviews we do end up on our app. All our games end up on our app. So if you missed a segment of a game and you're like, man, I really liked that part of it, I want to hear it again, you'll be able to. Or, you know, the nice thing, Coach's Corner that Randy Wynn does on Saturday mornings is also going to be available on the app. And then you get access to WROI, you get WROI HD2 Country. And then, of course, you can also check out our sister station down in Shelbyville through there.
No, that's neat. Yeah.
So
you said subscribe, so there is a small fee.
there is a small fee. It just helps support us. And we've looked at a lot of apps out there, and we feel we're still cheaper than most of them. I mean, yes, there is that small fee, but it's not anything drastic.
Sure.
I mean, we're not going to ask you for $20 a month.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and one of the nice benefits, if you do download the Giant FM app and subscribe, you've got a chance to win $100.
That sounds worth it right there. I mean, it
Yep.
definitely sounds worth the bang for your buck. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's what we're trying to provide. You know, our Veterans Day ceremony from the other day is on our app. So, lots of cool stuff on the app that you do originally hear on air, but now you'll have access to it anytime, anywhere.
Anything else you want to plug real quick?
Yeah, I definitely want to say with the addition of HD2, we have some great specials for our current sponsors. So if you are one of the current sponsors listening, reach out to Todd, reach out to Tina, say, hey, you know, tell me about that special for HD2. So we want you guys to be a part of both stations, and we found a great way to do it for you. So just let us know.
Thank you, Paul, for sliding across the desk this morning and joining me as our special guest. And thank you for everything you do for the station. And thank you guys as a whole here for being just a great asset to our community. I always tell people how Rochester, we're so lucky and unique to have not only our own local radio station, but also local TV station in RTC and local newspaper. So, not too many people can say that.
Definitely a different setup from most communities.
Or own newspaper, I should say. A small town has a newspaper, radio station, and TV station. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So thank you for all that.
No problem.
All right, we had two trivia questions this morning.
Yes.
First one, and like I said, I think you're going to get these both right, but we're going to see here if I can find my notes.
If you
There we
can
go.
find
In what year did WROI begin broadcasting? Was it 1971, 1983, or 1992?
1971.
You got it. It is a
August of 71.
August 29th of 1971. It was owned by Fidelity Broadcasting. Then it became Manitou Broadcasting in 1983, and then Bear Communications in 1992, and then Three Towers Broadcasting in 2019.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I had to stop and think what year that was.
All right.
Like we talked earlier, it feels like 9 months.
I
It's been
know,
5
doesn't
years.
it? Question number 2. Who holds the longest pro wrestling championship reign in U.S. history? Was it Hulk Hogan, brother? Was it Bruno Sammartino or Bob Backlund?
Bruno.
It was Bruno Sammartino. He held the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, title for 2,803 days, from May 17th, 1963 to January 18th, 1971.
And he defended it often.
Yes, that is
So
just...
it's not like he just
Nope.
won it and then sat on the sidelines and never did anything again.
He didn't pull Brock Lesnar.
No.
So, we'll
You said it, not me.
Yeah, we don't want him coming for me. But we're going to wrap up with these words of wisdom from Benjamin Spock, who was an American scientist. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do.
Sounds great. We'll see you next week.
Yes, we will. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the First Federal Program. Join us every